So my name's Margaret Rasa. I'm the Vice President of a national organisation called Rural Australians for Refugees. We've been around for about 20 years. We're the sleeping tigers of community support for refugees because we exist in about 90 rural communities around Australia, and we have many thousands of members who basically are working to support refugees and to encourage Australians to support refugees. Well, first of all, we know generally in Australia that refugees contribute enormously both to our economy and to our cultural and social life. That's so evident from many studies over many years. I myself am from a refugee background, and I think I've been able to contribute, and as many others have. But in terms of regional and rural Australia, I think that there are some specific things that refugees bring. And one is they have, of their essence, by settling there, they can help build communities in terms of demographics. Some communities are dying, we know that. They can bring new life into schools and into services and community organisations. But more importantly, they can actually also contribute to the economies and regional development with their skills, with their enthusiasm and with their commitment to community. We know that from the research. Look, I think the first thing that has to happen is that the communities need to want refugees to come and settle, and I think that the refugees need to want to go there, so they need to feel welcome. They need to feel that their contribution will be valued and that they'll be able to become part of the community. And the community itself needs to have an idea of how those refugees will be able to participate in community life and contribute. And that means understanding what they need and want and plugging into some of the possibilities.
For success?
Look, I think that's a really important question, and in fact that's probably the most important one.
I'd just like you to reply by, I think, to make this successful.
Oh, okay, yep.
So it stands alone.
So, to make refugee settlement successful in regional Australia, we really have to make certain that we engage with communities first and foremost. We have to make certain that they have the information and that they're part of the settlement process. I think the second thing that's very important is that there has to be very, very strong coordination on the ground, project management if you like, so that the different parts of the community know what each other is doing and that we can actually stop waste and make it happen well. And the third thing that needs to happen is that we really do need case management. You know, with families, individuals, refugees, we really need to make certain that we identify what their needs are and potential is, and that we can maximise that so that they don't fall off the back of the truck. Because then we get to a win-win. The community wins and the refugees win. Employers and communities want to get on board in this kind of a process. They basically need to know that it can happen, that there are possibilities. There are refugees with skills. There are refugees that maybe don't have skills that have a strong desire to live in smaller communities as opposed to big cities, and that there's enormous benefit. They need to know that that can happen, and then that there are agencies that can support them in making it happen, and that includes Rural Australians for Refugees.